Good evening, everyone. So for today's video, I would just like to share to you the things that I have learned during the pandemic. So we all know that pandemic really brought the best and the worst of us, and we Filipino we are known as very resilient when it comes to this time of crisis, because we have been in a most difficult time. Just like every year we face um, a magnitude of 6 something or 5 point something of earthquake. We also have faced volcanic eruption, and the common is the typhoon. So every year we have faced different types of crisis or situation wherein we are unable to control. And during the pandemic, I have learned different things that I still keep it in my mind, because these learnings that I have taken, I think uh, will help me more to understand and to at least improve myself on the things that I have to improve. So for the meantime, I will just the I will just state what are the positive attitude that I think I've learned during the pandemic. First of all is the Bayanihan mantra. We all know that we Filipinos had this attitude or behavior that we are being helpful with each other. We have this kind of bayanihan wherein we help each other by hand in hand, so that we can create a more diverse, a more harmonious relationship toward with each other, especially during the pandemic where we really don't know what will happen next. But we made sure that we um we make as one, or we are as one in times like this. So second one is being responsible. There are many times that both both the local government and the national government really have this debate when it comes to the Filipinos being responsible on wearing their face mask, their face shield, and etc. So the third one, just like what I have said earlier, is being resilient. We all know that being resilient, already in our blood as a Filipino. The fourth one will be generous. Being generous in times of pandemic really make us a more really made us more valuable in times like this, because because we know that um we are in the same situation. So we think that being generous in times like this will help us at least to give a little compassion with each other. The fifth one is adaptive of the situation we're in. We know that for us, just like for us a student, we adopt the online classes, even though it was really hard to take, because it was really hard to communicate sometimes because of the internet connection, because of the medium um, mode of communication that we cannot control, and many more. And the negative attitude of some Filipinos during the pandemic, I have at least four here. The first one is being self-centered. The second one is being insensitive. The third one is being ungrateful. The fourth one will be being complacent. So, this negative attitude or behavior of Filipinos during the pandemic plays a vital role in molding someone in order to for him or her to become a responsible Filipino, or at least a responsible citizen. Being insensitive in times of pandemic, I have at least realization for those person who are very insensitive, because I have seen some of my colleagues who are very insensitive, because they are what they so-called privilege, wherein they don't um they don't actually know what they are saying, especially in online, because we have this different type of ano ba we have this different type of what you call this situation, wherein we are not in the same pace of life. Like we can eat at least 3 times a day or 4 times a day, unlike the others who cannot at least eat twice a day. So I also see that some of us are being complacent with what's happening. Like they take it as very they take the pandemic very, that's something na they are very contented. Like some will use the money or buy will sell something that plays a higher amount. So during the pandemic we have to be um we have to be unselfish, because we are facing pandemic crisis, and we don't know until when will it ends. And so those attitude, as a Filipino, we have to keep it in our mind that we have to be responsible and adaptive. So that's all.